Thanks everyone for joining me. I just wanted to check in, wish you all a very happy 2024, and also to share with you one of the many ways in which I am guided to work. So as an energy intuitive, I've been working in the field of meditation and readings and facilitation of work groups for many years now, about 38 years. I just wanted to share with you how I may be working with you if you decide to have a session online. And there are many sessions we can do online. We do a few readings online, but primarily my work is coming from a beautiful space, guided by Great Spirit to bring healing and peace into your life. Because without this healing and without this peace and without this different point of reference, we cannot move forward. It's simply impossible to move forward. So when you book an online counselling session with me, some of the things that are going to be going on in the background, I will always have my beautiful sage lit in honour of the spirit of you. I will have the candle lit in honour of the spirit that is you, and in honour of the spirit that wants to use the instrument that is me. I am an instrument, and I am an instrument for the voice and the words and the message that wants to come through for you in any given time. It is important when you decide to book a session that we would simply ask you to remain open to listening. In other words, you need to be open to what actually wants to come through for you, because often when people book a counselling session or a reading, they have very set ideas in their mind about what they think ought to happen or what they feel ought to happen in their lives. But as we know, Great Spirit often has a different road ahead of us than we think. But that road ahead of us is always better and for our higher good than any road we could possibly plan for ourselves. When I started out some 35 years ago studying tarot, that was the first thing I did study, because I felt called to the symbols, called to the visual impact that was having with me. That pathway led me on a pathway of 38 years of study and still learning, still growing, still remaining invested and interested in the souls that are coming to my life. I never for one moment as a young woman would have thought that this was going to be my pathway. And even though I was very blessed to have a whole house full of readers, including my grandmother and my mother, I never thought it would be something that I would personally undertake in my life. It all just seemed like way too much responsibility for me. And for me personally, at that time in my young life, I was much happier organising someone's office or being a personal secretary than I was trying to assist people to heal. And yet it was interesting when I look back now that every job or every position I ever held in an office, for some reason, the people in that office always needed healing. They always needed counselling. And I'd go into a job and suddenly in about 3 or 4 months, everyone in the office would be treating each other differently. But it took many years to recognise that that was actually happening, and that was actually something I was automatically, intuitively facilitating or assisting in some way. And it took many very difficult personal lessons in my life before I decided to study, before I decided to read, before I decided to dedicate myself to a lifetime of service. And to this day, I'm very happy and very honoured to say I have dedicated my life to a lifetime of service. And each of us actually become healed within ourselves, no matter how damaged or traumatized we may be, The moment we look up to Great Spirit and say, I just want to be of service, I just want to assist another person, is the moment your life will begin to change. And everybody is capable of assisting another, because we all have this body of gifts that come through us in a completely different way. Perhaps you feel drawn to art, perhaps you feel drawn to speaking, perhaps you feel drawn to writing, perhaps you have a wonderful sense of humour or a wonderful ability to negotiate with others. Perhaps you are a great listener or someone who's extremely present in the room. Hopefully you're the person in the room who's not taking all the oxygen out of it, but putting the oxygen into it. And for all those shy, anxious, very sensitive super souls out there, try and remember there's a reason for your learning at this time. There's a reason it's hard, because your life is a university of learning, and you just never know until you get a little bit older all those wonderful things you've learned that have built courage, that have built character in you, that have built strength, that have built wisdom, that have become and opened up the deepest nature of yourself. When you book a session with me online, some of the things that will be happening, as I said, the sage will be burning in order to keep the beautiful energy focused and pure. The candle will be burning in honor of your spirit. The cards will be beside me as we talk to you and hear your voice on the phone. I will be listening very keenly to the things you do not say. I'll be listening to your voice imprint. I will have the cards beside me as a guide to some of the information that is beginning to come through for you now. Great Spirit, highest information, highest connection. And so each person is at a different stage in their life. Each of us are really on this incredible journey that is really just one big experiment we're figuring out as we go along. And it's okay to fall down, and it's okay to make as many mistakes as you like. It's okay to take lots of wrong turns. It's all okay, because it's part of your university of learning, which is your life itself. Your life itself is the university of learning, and you have this amazing ability within you, through all the adversities that come your way, to learn how to have courage, to learn how to look at the things that are true, to find those things within yourself that are true. These are your true gifts. These are the things the world wants to see about you. And whilst we live in a world that is very geared to how we look, how we are, how well we are at achieving things in our life, that has nothing to do with your great spiritual path. Your great spiritual path is the path you decide to serve, the path you decide to give yourself to. And the pathway will be opened for you by your divine guardians, your divine angels, whatever you want to call them. I always call them my divine guardians, because I feel very connected to Great Spirit. I feel connected to Source. Each of us come from great Source energy, and there is this divine energy within each of us that wants to express itself whilst it's in this lifetime. So if you would like a reading or a counselling session, or even mediation for your relationship, you can join me at any time from any part of the world. We can always facilitate an online session for you and try and work out the difference in our hours. Feel free to message me, private message me. This will go up on my YouTube. It will also go up on my Facebook, and hopefully we will be able to connect in with you soon and bring you some love and peace and clarity to your journey ahead. This is Wendy. I thank you for joining me in this moment, and wish blessings and love and peace to your life. Aho.